How's it going? Gonna install the Moto Dynamics tail tidy kit. You can see I already got the seat off. I already got my license plate off. And you can see that a whole bunch more things to do to remove. I'm gonna be keeping the stock light, which is a little dirty, and I'm gonna keep the stock signals for now. Maybe replace them with LED ones later on. I got the kit laid out. Nuts, bolts, washers, some other stuff. Kit for this for the OEM signals, cover, license plate light. There's 3 LEDs in there. Instructions that come with it. Some Allen keys, my old plate with screws taken off already. So first, gotta get the original one off, which Allen key. You can see the bolts are up here, so I probably have to grab a socket as well. There you go. And you can see that there's not much storage room in here. You got a tool kit with a little, don't think that's really anything, a little pocket. And then underneath here, see there's a little, probably store something in here, but not much. So let's start by getting this guy off. And I think the instructions said I had to disassemble half of this as well. So as you can see, I removed those 4 screws, and then with some wiggling, pulling off, this thing comes off, the whole tail. Put a little towel here so it can rest, not get all scratched up. This is the tail light connector. See, it runs down underneath through that little hole there. Comes through, goes into the tail, and I guess license plate light also. So I'm just gonna disconnect that real quick. There you go, got it disconnected. Now the whole tail. Wiggle that guy through the gap there. Now the whole tail comes out. Yay. Looks nicer already. So I got the whole rear assembly out, rear tail. I gotta remove those 2 Allen key screws there. That one turn. I guess let me remove this top piece, separate everything in half so I can get to the wiring, so I can disconnect it from everywhere. So let's get that done now. I believe I might have to do these guys as well. So I got 4 screws out, 2 there, 2 there. Now, flip it around. There you go, the whole thing just comes off. There you go. That's the ugliness that we don't want. With those reflectors, and set that aside there. Here we go. Signals coming in. There's a rear tail light. So I'm guessing I'll probably have to do something there. This connects as the rear light. Crimp it, whatnot. Maybe these slide in somewhere. There you go. One there, one there. Slides in there. Creates the whole nice LED light. So now I got to disconnect everything here. So now that I got it all disconnected, I just cut all the little twist tie things. There's another one, little zip ties. Just cut them off, unplugged the rear light. The signals just came out. So So I got everything out. There's the connector going to the bike. Signal, their own little connectors. Here's the license plate light. Now, these guys will connect there. These guys will go in, and then I'll crimp these connectors, get the tubes on, heat shrink, get some heat on them to tighten everything up, and we'll be ready for the install. So let me connect that now. So yeah, I just double checked the connectors, they're all good. Black is pretty much always ground, so black goes to black, and black goes to black, and then white goes to red, which goes to yellow. If that makes any sense. So yeah, pretty bright. These guys will one day change out for LED ones, look much better. Now we just gotta install the plate. Let's turn this guy off. So now we just gotta install this guy, run the wiring, and we're good to go. Alright, so now it's time for the assembly. Yeah, these guys will mount underneath the passenger grab handles. And then when it's all done, this guy's on this side. License plate will mount like that to the two of them. It'll be nice and clean and slimline looking. So these guys, we got a little cushion right here. We'll mount into there. Oh, there we go. In like that. And we'll be putting it in with, put that down, the original screws that came out, and into these plastic washers to make the gap, and that's assembly. And then we'll do both sides. You'll see that in a second. Alright, so you can see how I installed that. Pretty simple. Holds the plate right there. What I also did was, listen, there's Torx, 2 Torx screws right there for the license plate light. And it's got this little rubber hook and bushing thing. So I just slid this out because, hopefully you can see, good. We run the wires for the license plate, and I guess the tail lights also through here. It runs, comes out of down here, see my fingers, and from there we can run it underneath, coming out through here, back to the source. What I also did, the license plate light, loosened these little nuts, took them off, ran 3 holes through there, ran these guys through the middle there, and then made sure license plate light pointing in the right direction so it actually shines light on the license plate. And we'll install that next. We'll run all the wiring, run the adapters for the tail lights, and should be pretty much done after that. Alright, so a couple things here. First, I learned that these guys are not heat shrink, they're just plastic tubing. Don't know, probably stop chafing against the plastic underneath or the metal, whatever. As you also know, I took these guys off. It just makes things a lot easier. I took off the passenger grab handles. You have to take them off from underneath because these nuts are welded in. So took those guys off. Makes everything a little bit easier. And I'm going to run the wiring from everything from underneath here. Let's see. So you got this side off too. So I'm going to get everything mounted up. You can see I got the signals installed. What I had to do was I disconnected from the harness right there. There's a screw, that silver guy right there, that was inside, so I unscrewed him, wiggle these guys out, And then for the OEM ones, as you can see in the picture there, there's some brackets you put in to make sure they're the right length, I guess, and screw it all together. The light, there you go, there's the light, you can see the brackets. So now I'm just going to mount everything up, and then the last thing I'll do is install passenger grab handles, install these brackets, and put the plate into there, and it should be done. So a little change of plans, I guess, and let's get this done. Alright, so it looks a bit messy, but I had to re-drill the holes for my license plate because I guess Ontario license plates are different than the States. I re-drilled the holes, mounted it. I got, as you can see, signals are mounted up on those brackets. I got the cabling run through underneath. I already tested it and it's all good. Coming around here, there's gonna be a lot of slack since I get it all installed, but it's good. So now I'm just gonna prop it up, get the cables all underneath there, get the handles in, and get it all finally mounted. Should be good to go. Alright, so there you go. Took a bit of work, but I had the handles installed but loosened. Same with these brackets. Mounted everything up. Tuck the wires. If you can see, barely see them. Took the wires in there. And another one coming back here. Everything's tightened up, tested. And then I have the wires coming from. Pull a bit of it. Some slack, but gotta keep it tidy in there. So it's all clean. Side profile. You can see that it's, I really gotta get some signals. You can see that it's barely visible. Let's get the seat installed too. Yeah, I still tuck these wires a bit further back so they're out of the way over there. I don't know if you can see that or not. See a little bit in there. Probably just go with a little screwdriver or something, push them in. Everything's neat, tidy compared to having, oh, here's half of it. This guy, that was something right there. Yeah, my arm's in the way. And for those who are asking or wondering how my feet are with the rear pegs here, I'm about 10 and a half in a running shoe. I have some TCX high top shoes that I use for riding. So I don't. So my foot usually doesn't touch here at all. Usually only touches the heat shield. I don't know if you can really see the little mark there. The little scuffs there. That's really only where it touches. These are my sandals. It says size 10, size 11. So you can see just behind the brake, it touches the heat shield there. So that's where my TCX boots touch, size 8.5, which is quite a big difference from the 10.5 running shoe. And then on this side, you can see there's really nothing that I'm really touching there. Plan mods coming later one day. I need to get rear spools, bobbins for the stand. I want to get frame sliders. Need to take that guy off. And LED signals in the front and in the back. That's about it. Levers, maybe, but put mileage on it. That's what I really want to do. So that's Moto Dynamics tail tidy. Really cleans up the back. Looks pretty good. It's all metal. And yeah, see you next time.